with a massive explosion. The massive tree was blown to smithereens. Even though the obstacle in their path was cleared, the crew didn't dare let their guard down for a second. It turned out that just a few days earlier, a massive explosion had ripped through the oil field. Because the inferno was too intense to put out, the boss came up with a desperate plan by dropping nitroglycerin right onto the wellhead. The blast would suck up all the oxygen and snuff out the fire, but transporting the stuff was a whole nother nightmare. Fortunately, a few locals, desperate for a payday, mustered up the courage to take on this suicide mission. The crew then headed over to the warehouse and gingerly reached their hands into the explosives. When they pulled them out, they were covered in nitroglycerin. He carefully and slowly backed away. Just a drop spilling on the ground triggered a blast. The sheer power of it scared the living daylights out of them. To create some sort of shock absorption, the guys lined the entire truck bed with yellow sand. Then, they slowly lowered the crates into the dirt. But the mountain roads were incredibly narrow, forcing them to inch along the edge of steep cliffs. And because the truck was severely overweight, the soft, treacherous road quickly began to crumble. One wrong move, and they'd plunge thousands of feet down the ravine. Jack had no choice but to grit his teeth and keep driving. Miraculously, they made it across in one piece, but before they could even catch their breath, they ran straight into a new nightmare. The only way forward was across a rickety log bridge, which looked like it could never hold the truck's weight, with absolutely no other alternate routes in sight. Jack had to bite the bullet and give it a shot. He had his partner spot him from the front, while he carefully maneuvered the steering wheel. The second they got on, the tires got wedged tight in the gaps. Jack was shaking like a leaf. Thank goodness the sand acted as a shock absorber, allowing the two of them to barely scrape by with their lives. Once Jack managed to calm his nerves, he gathered his courage and slammed on the gas. He finally managed to muscle the truck out of the rut. After a nerve-wracking crossing over the log bridge, they swallowed their fear and pushed forward. Just then, the skies opened up and a torrential downpour began. The muddy road became harder and harder to navigate. To make matters even worse, dead ahead was an even more dilapidated suspension bridge. No matter how you looked at it, it couldn't support the truck. His partner walked ahead to guide Jack across, but the moment the truck rolled onto the deck, the suspension bridge started swaying violently. They had to creep forward inch by excruciating inch. Halfway across, their path was blocked by fallen branches. Left with no choice, Jack had to hack away at them as they went. They somehow made it across the perilous bridge in one piece, but before either of them could recover from the shock, they were horrified to find a massive tree completely blocking the road.